I'm still not feeling well, so I thought that I would do a pretty simple, pretty chill video today where we just sit, we appreciate some music, okay? It's a music appreciation class. Everybody sit down, get your pencils out. We're listening to the Final Fantasy IX soundtrack. One of my earliest memories that I have as a child was playing Final Fantasy IX with my babysitter, Ricky. I wasn't old enough to understand the story, but I was old enough to recognize the absolute bops and bangers that were littered throughout the entire game. I remember finally being old enough to play a game and then getting stuck easily because I didn't understand how RPGs worked. I wasn't old enough to strategize, but I was old enough to play the scene where Blank and Zidane spar over and over and over again just to keep hearing Vama a la Flamenco. So today, I'd like you all to hear me ramble about my favorite OST tracks and why I love the Final Fantasy IX soundtrack so much. Before we begin, I would like to say that this isn't going to be a music theory heavy video. You can look to other YouTubers for that. While I was involved in music theory throughout my entire high school career, I cannot remember music theory worth a damn. So, this is just a music appreciation class for dummies, okay? So with that, let's get started. The theme for Tantalus feels so right for who it's intended for. The plucky bass mixed with the mysterious flute is a match made in heaven. It makes me feel as though I'm walking through a sketchy alley and I'm trying to avoid eye contact with any thieves and thugs that I might run into. It's mischievous and it makes you want to snap on the offbeats. Then there's this weird break for what sounds like tap dancing? I don't know how to describe it, but it makes me picture a bunch of highwaymen having the time of their lives doing a tap dancing contest, which just boosts the score in my books. We aren't keeping an exact score though, so let's just move on. So for this one, I have to mention that I used to be a huge Kate the Great fan. She was a vocal coverist who made a lot of vocal covers for Final Fantasy music, which included You're Not Alone. The lyrics she chose in her cover has definitely influenced my thoughts and feelings on this track, so I wanted to give her a shout out, though nowadays her handle is Irutan. Did I pronounce that right? Anyway, You're Not Alone. It's a heartfelt and genuine track that plays at one of Zidane's most lowest points. It's a moving song, but not tragic. It has a tinge of hope and love around the edges, if that makes sense. It's the perfect track to remind Zidane that his friends still have his back after everything that they've been through, and to not give up, there's still hope. Nobuo, you've done it again! The powers that be rest within you banged out one of the coolest tunes I have ever heard. It's exciting, it's mysterious, and it's got some of that classic reprise. A reprise of Find the Princess that can be found in so many tracks throughout Final Fantasy IX, and let me tell you something, it whips every single time. You give me a song that has a reprise through many other tracks to show the character's significance, and I will go crazy. I cannot say anything about the track on a technical level because, again, I haven't had access to that knowledge in my brain in years. But in my own personal heart of hearts, I think that it's a masterpiece. This shit fucks. I don't even know why. I don't fucking care. It fucks hard. If I had to pick my favorite part, it would be the slightly imperfect melody layering, but fuck, dude, I don't even want to list what I like about it. I just like it. It's really important to me that you understand that at heart, I am just a silly little jester, a clown, a little mime, a little court jester. And so I am implicitly biased to love and adore this soundtrack. It's bouncy, it's got a really nice percussion track, and it really does just hone in on the most important aspects of clowning around. The way the melodies mirror each other fits perfectly into Zorn and Thorn's themes and motifs. This track is for the clowns, that is guaranteed. For all you silly little guys out there, this song's for you. Have fun, go nuts with it. Okay, so stay with me. This song is pretty underwhelming for the first minute or so. The percussion is nice and the vocals are fun. They sound like the percussion is nice and the staccato vocals are fun, but when that minute breaks, holy shit, dude. Oh my fucking god, it is so good. Synth comes out of nowhere to sweep you off your feet and then done. Gone. That gorgeous melody that just betwixt your ears has faded back into drums and staccato. It's such a fun and interesting mix of sounds, and they sound almost like two completely different tracks. It's almost like when Nobuo was crafting this piece, he got bored with the drums and decided, hey, what if for a brief moment the song whipped ass? And then he just... Anyway, I love this track, and fuck you, I love Quina. I don't care if y'all don't like its weird tongue, I think that they are a delight to have in my party. Holy shit. Okay. So, before we get into what I love about this piece, I want to do some song comparison first. So, this song, right? This track is in the exact same game as this? I love that. I love when a game has a diverse soundtrack, and diverse is such a great way to describe this theme. We start by what can only be described as rhythmic moaning, right? You have this light melody to try and guide you through the voices, and BAM! All of a sudden, you get hit with the fun part. From here, the song dives around into different beats and chords freely. The song is completely unchained by one set melody. One moment you're feeling the beat, and then the horrid moaning is back to remind you of the death and despair that your party is facing. Hey, did I mention that this is from the same game as this? It's anxiety-inducing, and it is perfect. It's an amazing final battle song, and it's a tasty little treat given to the players for making it this far. Thanks for playing our game. Now here's a funky little beat while you battle the concept of existential dread itself. Okay, so it turns out that I didn't finish writing what I wanted to say about Melodies of Life, so I'm just gonna have to make it up on the spot, so here we go. Unironically, I believe that this is one of the most beautiful love ballads ever written. I know that I said that Grand Cross was a tasty little treat for beating the game, but I kind of lied because I forgot that this song also is at the end of the game, and it is in fact the tasty little treat. Grand Cross was just the appetizer, now this is the dessert. Melodies of Life has always captivated me. I always thought that it sounded perfect for the game, and truthfully, it sounds like a song that would play at a wedding, in my opinion. Which is why I've personally chosen to play it while I walk down the aisle at my own wedding. Whenever that happens, I got engaged during COVID, so you know how it be. I think that it's a gorgeous song, and it's perfect for Dagger and Zidane, and if I could, I would wear Dagger's dress as a wedding dress, but that would require me to either buy it custom made or custom do it myself, and I'm not doing that. This bit isn't really going to have a little dancing bit to it because it feels like you should be slow dancing to this with maybe some champagne in one hand, and I don't have any champagne, and slow dancing by myself is just going to look like this, so I'm not going to do that. That'll look silly. But we can just sit here and make eye contact while we appreciate it, huh? This is good. Just me and you. This is good. It's like we're getting married, right? This is good. If you stuck around this far, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, let me know. If you hated it, also let me go. Give it a dislike if you'd like. Send it to a few friends, and make sure to leave at least 3 or 4 comments telling me exactly why you hated it. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe. Do you want freedom? Is that what you crave? Be free. Dude. Okay, the worm has been evicted. The worm is being evicted. Why? Because he's